What is up, ladies and gentlemen, YouTube? That's right, I'm Chris Smith, and today I'm going to be talking about the Shannara Chronicles, Season 1, Episode 7. So let's get this thing going. Stick to the end, don't mean ass or a dick, and watch the whole video. So here it is right here. The base plot, even know, it picks up right after where we left off in the previous episode where, James Raymar, he kind of like cuts them and they all kind of fall nearly to their death. But no, the demon, I guess, is dead or whatever it may be. The guy that was, the big thing that was chasing after them. But now they kind of get a little bit separated, and then that kind of leaves, Will separate from the girls, and the girls kind of on their own thing. Now, for me, I know this season has pretty much been a little bit off for some people, but I thought this episode, I'll defend it a little bit. I thought this episode was a bit more better than the filler episode last week because I felt like nothing was really going on. But I feel like some things in here kind of really did pick up. Okay, so let's talk about some good things. Some good things is that when Amatrea and Amberly, they kind of go in their own thing. It does give them some time to actually kind of talk with each other and kind of work out the differences. Though some of the dialogue is so cringeworthy, talking about like boys and whatnot. It's like, but then once they kind of understand each other, I feel like that's when things kind of pick up, especially when they both have to kind of fight together to survive. I thought that's actually one of the better things. Also, the action scenes, just in general, one of the Shannara Chronicles probably the biggest positives, the action scenes, and I feel like they still delivered in here. Also, especially the budget. I feel like the budget really comes through, especially in this episode with like that dragon or whatever it was that Perk was like riding his, his thing or whatever it was. I thought that was actually well done, and the world is very beautiful looking. It's very colorful. Also, for me particularly, I didn't really enjoy the Will joke with the recreational thing. I thought that was kind of off. They did not commit to killing Alanon. Alanon, you're in. King, you're out. Okay, so here's the basic thing. They kill Alanon last week, if you didn't see, spoiler. And then this week, they kind of bring him back because they knew why get rid of the best person you kind of have on your show. That would have just been kind of very dumb for me personally. He's the most interesting character. But they kill the king because the son kind of finds out that he actually was just a shapeshifter, and then he kind of kills him. Now he's king, so there's that. It was good that they brought back Alanon because, like I said, why get rid of him? Some other things. I really did enjoy the Elf Hunters. I thought the Elf Hunters was actually really done. Well done, really. I thought they were interesting. Though the main girl, which actually had a thing for Eritrea, they kind of had a thing. That was interesting. She kind of reminded me, if you're a gamer, you probably noticed. She kind of reminded me of the girl from Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't know why, but that's what she reminded me of. Or either that or somebody from Far Cry Primal. But I thought they were actually interesting characters, and I really did enjoy some of the ear stuff, and I had to kind of collect it for trophies. I thought those were all very interesting things to kind of add to it. Did they look a little bit cheap? Sure, they kind of did. But they kind of looked like Lost Boys or something from Peter Pan. Now, for me, okay, so the thing about this show is that it isn't the world's greatest. Now, for me, it doesn't really explain certain things. Now, I thought the show was supposed to be in its own world, a bit of a fantasy thing. But for me personally, they're in a high school, and it looks like it's supposed to. Is it supposed to be a post-apocalyptic show? Because I didn't get that memo. Because I was just wondering what year is it supposed to be, and some of the dialogue is like up to date. So I'm just like wondering exactly what's going on here. Also, I thought Perk, the character Perk, I thought he was actually a very interesting character. He's a little bit off, sometimes interesting, but I thought he was actually the most interesting character in this episode, and kind of proved that he was even more interesting than Will, just in general. And he also kind of reminded me of Kyle Bossman. If you ever seen Game Trailers, he reminded me of Kyle Bossman for some reason. And yeah, I was also saying that I feel like Eritrea and Amberly, they should be like fuck Will. They should just start smooching themselves. But other than the only thing that really kind of bugged me was at the end when Will does kind of save Amberly. He just kind of leaves Eritrea, and I was just like, that's a real dick move because she saved your ass last week, brother. Butter, butter. I don't know what that is. But I was just like, what the hell was that? That was a real dick move, but it is what it is apparently. So yeah, that's it. Comment, subscribe, and like. That's my review. I hope it was good enough. Hopefully you actually subscribe or in respect what I actually said. But yes, comment, subscribe, and like. I'm Chris Smith. I'm signing out.